Who's the best player in the NBA?
The best player and most valuable. Where does the two kind of rank? Is right. I think now is the question.
Right. So
you see what I'm saying?
MJ in 86 and 87. Now, if this is not the best player in the league, so the man averaged 37 points
in that era
and scored 3,000 points in the season. But Magic Johnson ended up winning MVP because he was on a better team.
What was his number, though?
23 and 12. 37 points is MVP of the league. Best player in the league.
He was trying to get him there.
Best player in the world, Craig. 37. He should have had more MVPs, man.
Welcome to Cousins. I'm VC. Got Cuz over here. What we got going on today?
Well, what we got going on, we got to pay some bills real quick.
Oh, let's pay them.
So we want everybody to be a part of the fam. We do, don't we?
We do.
We want to make sure they subscribe.
Absolutely.
Go to YouTube,
please,
or wherever.
Anywhere.
They subscribe and get their podcast.
Just click the button.
And we want them to follow us on social.
Yep.
You pay attention to Vince and T-Mac.
Yep.
That's where we want them to go?
Yes.
All right. Shout out to our presenting sponsor, FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Cuzzo, what we talking about today, man? We got some good topics.
I got a good topic where I'm going to start here. We're going to set this episode off right. We're going to go back in the archives.
Okay.
Do you remember 2001 USA qualifier, Puerto Rico?
I remember a lot of stuff we did in Puerto Rico, but...
Basketball.
Yeah, basketball.
Okay. We're playing Puerto Rico. And, no, I'm saying, like, we had a pretty interesting team.
We did.
And some of the guys could hang out. Shout out to AI, first of all. That guy was a animal.
Warrior.
And
name some of the teammates, like AI, J Kidd, Mike Bibby, Jermaine O'Neal,
Tim Duncan,
Kenyon Martin, Elton Brand, Richard Jefferson. We had a pretty good squad.
Absolutely.
We went 10-0 on that trip.
We were athletic.
Yeah, very.
Very athletic. But
we in Puerto Rico, playing against Puerto Rico.
In their arena, we're cousins. So just like, anyone out there, your family member gets into a situation, you're at least going to step into the...
I see where you're going with
You're at least going to step into the situation to make sure everything is cool and figure out what's going on.
The little cousin was acting a fool.
All the way. And, I mean, your competitive side, you get into an altercation.
Eddie Cassiano.
Okay, with Eddie, when you're provoked, we've seen throughout social media, I'm sure you have, when he's ready to go there, he's going to go there. He's going there with a couple of people, but I mean, that's just obviously how, you've always said how you've grown up, and when you triggered, because I've been there to see multiple times, when you're triggered, it's time to toss off our sleeves and figure this out. You don't think about these things, as you guys know, when you're in the heat of battle or in those situations. But man, if things goes left.
So what happened in this situation, right? First of all, I don't start anything. I just be hooping until I'm provoked. And that's what happened in the situation. Eddie started this. Right? If you go and look at the clip, I'm just trying to play normal defense, but he's adding a little extra, bumping, hip bump, chest bump, shoulder into the chest, all that stuff. So you could see in the clip, I look at the ref, like, you gonna allow this? Bet. All right. So that's how we gonna play. All right, cool. And then I started getting frustrated, You can see I'm like, ball my fist and
once he gave you the good shoulder bump, that's when you
I'm like,
cocked
okay,
and loaded.
All right, enough is enough, man. So I get the steal, and I'm glad they didn't call a foul in that, because again, I'm just playing normal defense. He's initiating the contact, so I get the steal, knock the ball out.
Let's stop right there.
Right.
I'm gonna go back a little bit. So obviously, it's some back and forth going up and down the court, leading to that play. Now, obviously, you have one on that side of the court, so facing the goal is on the right side. I'm on the weak side with, like I said, with Kmart. So obviously we see it. I'm in position, seeing what's happening. You just waiting to see how this plays out. At this point, I mean, like you said, everybody on that floor, now that we know, is gone. Is down for whatever, because you look in the stands, it wasn't many for us.
Right. No, it wasn't.
Is what I'm saying. So just playing it out, and then all of a sudden, the bump, okay, cool. You don't think it's gonna go that far. Either the ref steps in or whatever, so that's fine. Now, when you say you're going for the steal, in your mind at that time, are you really going for the steal, or are you kind of, this is your way to kind of get back?
No. I'm actually going for the steal, right? But I'm being a little bit more aggressive now, right? Because I see the ref is allowing a little bit of aggression. So I go for the steal, hit the ball, no foul call. Now I'm chasing down the ball.
He flops down
well,
the ground.
he flops. I sling
draw
him
the
a little
foul.
bit. Yeah.
Okay, with it. Yeah, okay.
I gave him a little sling to the ground a little bit. I helped him out, but he did flop on that. I run and get the ball.
This is the funniest thing I ever witnessed, bro.
I'm like, F it now because of all the extra he's been doing. I grab the ball. I turn around. I notice.
You show him the ball.
Nobody's coming, though. But yeah, I show him the ball like, here, you want this? This is what you want. But I'm looking at the other 9 players. He's on the ground, and nobody else is running back. It was the craziest sequence. So I grab the ball and dunk it. I run back down.
That's when he gets up. He's waiting for me.
He gets up. He's waiting for me. He's chirping while I'm running back. So I run directly to him to see what is it, he chirping about. I know you coming. I
line
yeah,
between everybody.
I already know you coming. I ain't even worried about that. I know you's gonna be there. But as that is happening between us two, you on the other side. What are you thinking, bro? Like when I get the ball and I show it to him, because again, I could have turned around and took the greatest still picture
of everybody down
everybody
just sitting there watching.
Everybody's sitting there watching. All 9 of you guys was in the same positioning. He's on the ground and nobody runs back. I dunk the ball, run back. What are you thinking when I'm running back? He's talking smack as I'm running back, and then I kind of bump it a little bit, and then you take it from there.
So in my mind, just like I think, I'm gonna say the 8 of us, he's down on the ground, so he's pissed off. He's arguing with the ref. It's pretty much 1, 2, 3 for me. Like, all right, what's gonna happen? First of all, if you miss the dunk or the layup down there, okay, it's no reason to go down there for an offensive rebound. I think you'll be good because nobody else is going down there. So it's more hilarious and funny. It's like this dude is wild. This what happens sometimes. This is basketball.
When I did this?
Yeah. So, you go down there, you stop, you slow down, and all of a sudden you're like, this is what you want? All right.
So what you want?
What you want? And it was that. So it's just funny. And then all of a sudden it kind of runs down and it's like, all right, we're back on defense again, get in position. And then the bump happens. And that's fine. And then all of a sudden kind of, when somebody get to this, all right, it's past conversation of basketball. And then it's kind of push, and he's like, whatever. And direct line. And it's kind of like, watch out, slow down, don't do it. But then you can still hear him chirping.
Yeah.
And you just kind of lose your mind in the situation. I mean, I just remember pulling you back so it's like a slingshot so I can get there.
I got it. Look,
yeah, I got it. And like you say, you don't even think about where you are anymore.
No.
Because he's already, it's like
that.
We're now triggered. And the funny thing is to go back and watch it. Obviously, like you said, Baby got there, and to see Tim Duncan actually not really, hey, guys, back up, but it's more so he's going towards that.
The biggest one that coming into the picture.
Yeah, he's
Tim
going
Duncan.
towards the energy.
Yeah.
Who everybody knows Tim Duncan to be just cool, calm, collected, laid back, out of the way. And everybody knows Kmart to be Kmart, passionate, in your face. He was the peacemaker.
Yeah. So speaking of that though, because me and Kmart had got into it that season, right? He came with the hard foul.
Right.
And then my initial reaction got up and went at it.
Mm-hmm.
But what he understood, I think what both of us understood is, bro, we can't be on this team and we got some beef.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we had a conversation about that situation, and we talked about that. And it was peace between us. And for me, it was a hard foul. I retaliated and left it on the court, put it in a memory bank. And okay, when I see Kmart, I know what he's about. But that fueled me to, all right, I see how he plays. I'm going to be me. Like, I'm going to give it, this is going to be a little extra every time I see him. But when we got to the USA team, like, bro, I'm not taking this off the basketball court. This is not warranted for me
To continue
to have that
Back and
type
forth.
of animosity off the basketball court. But it was understood and it was cool, once we had that talk. Nah, let's just go out here, bro. We teammates. Let's go, beat
Go
everybody
win.
ass, beat the world ass. And that's exactly what we did. We went 10-0 on that trip. We was over in Puerto Rico for 2 weeks. That was a really good team, bro.
Yeah.
A really good team on that USA team. But yeah, that was a moment, one of those, moments that, my teammates took up for me, and we had a little scuffle, but
It was fun.
little
And for
hiccup.
context, that team, that 2001 team,
2003 team.
well, that's what I'm saying is that team did not go on to the Olympics. Everybody kind of dropped out for a lot. I mean, you go ahead.
Well,
go ahead. Say
I
why you
dropped out because, they came and gave us it was a travel advisory that, how they were talking about, because they was in war over there, and, how we was going to be staying on a cruise ship. They was going to have divers under the ship. Like, bro, if you got to put divers under the ship to protect us, I'm good. I'm out. I'm staying on the U.S. soil. I'm not going over there when they're in war. Nah,
It has nothing to do with you.
It has nothing to do with me. I don't want no parts of that. I don't want to experience that. I'm cool.
Yeah, so a lot of guys, and once you start seeing, more than half of the guys kind of back out, that's when the 04, like Braun, Melo, D-Wade, Dwight maybe.
No, he was still.
He was not there yet.
no.
That's right. He wasn't there.
Lamar Odom.
Yeah,
that Stephon Marbury.
Yes, which became and then after that 04 team,
the redemption
the
team.
Redeem team was after that. So, but it was a good team. It was fun. But I think that's a classic story and classic memory for me, as opposed to it's like it was one of those on site, like you going through it, we going through it, and we had a team of guys that
That's with it.
with it.
And with it, Jermaine, Kmart,
Elton Brand,
AI, yeah,
Mike Bibby.
Yeah,
we had a group.
So I think we missed out on. I hate that we all didn't stay together for that Olympics. Yeah, because that was a really good team, and we had Karl Malone, but I think something happened in his family to where he didn't play with us, but he was on the team. He was on that team with us.
Wow.
Yeah.
And obviously we had a conversation about it, kind of a good laugh about it, just about the energy and everybody telling their POV of what happened, what took place, what they saw, particularly hearing the guys on the bench saying, like, y'all cousins is out of control. But at the same time, regardless of how it goes down, you already know what it was.
Yeah.
So
now that man, to have an opportunity to play with y'all, obviously we played, with each other for 2 years, but to get the chance to play with
on that stage,
J Kidd.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Man, playing with Tim Duncan and J Kidd. And I think you were teammates with J Kidd at the time, right? 2003.
No, following year.
Following year.
I got there in 04.
Playing with them two, you get a glimpse of greatness. And then with AI, it's like, bro, you don't sleep. How you show up like this and do what you do? You don't sleep.
It's unreal.
And I'm like, to watch greatness in real time, bro. That was, man.
Especially the guys that you battle with.
Yes.
You get sleep to prepare for, and then to watch them do it to someone else as your teammate.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that was, I took a lot from that trip, man, of how guys prepared and just, how they compete and prepare themselves every single night, every single day. Because we was in Puerto Rico, I said, like for 2 weeks, and you just got a good glimpse of how y'all,
how everybody goes about their business.
Yeah.
And that's funny
cool.
because this thing on all of our teams, you have guys that you feel comfortable when they have the ball. It's like playing on an all-star team. Obviously, we're going through the battles and whatever, but you didn't feel some kind of, I don't know how to really articulate this, but you don't feel some kind of way. It's like, oh, let me make sure I'm in his vision if Casey needs me, because, bro, that's Tim Duncan with the ball. Or you got the ball in the wing.
Yeah.
Or when Kmart setting the screen rolling, like, I don't need to be in his vision, because if he gets 2 feet in the paint,
yeah, I think,
you know, hey, I get one-on-one, like, let me get out of his way.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes your ego out of it.
Yeah,
you
for
know
sure.
what I mean? It brings you to a level like, you nice on your team, like you the man on your team, but hey man, we got future Hall of Famers, we got champions on this squad.
And that's the beauty of what the USA team is and how it comes together, because Puerto Rico, that team more than likely has been together for years.
Yeah.
Years. And then now you're taking a team that is selected and comes together. Like you said, the biggest thing is, can you put your ego aside for the bigger picture? Because we don't want to lose this.
Right.
We're not trying to lose a game.
Yeah.
We're not even trying to let a team be up close. A loss to us was 15 to 20 points. We're not trying to we're still dominant. And that was kind of the mentality. Everybody bought into that. And Larry Brown and Coach Popovich made sure of that with all those damn practices we had.
Let me tell you, man, I got to tell this story of practice, dog. So I didn't know how Pop worked, right? This is me. I'm the leading scorer in the NBA. And I'm on this team with all you stars, superstars, and we're in practice one day. I ain't really understanding what Pop want. I don't know what he wants on offense, right? So we swinging the ball. That bitch comes to me. I'm wide open. I shoot it. I'm wide open because I shoot it. Pop looked at me and said, "Tracy, you think I'm speaking fucking Russian?"
That is so Pop, man. That is so Pop.
I looked at Pop. What? Man, it was, bruh. I was like, I wanted to go at him, but then I caught myself because I'm amongst, you guys and what we trying to build.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, I see what's going on. I see what he's trying to do, right? He's trying to build a culture and understand. But no, this ain't about you, bro. I know you wide open, but we trying to build something here. So I understood in that moment. I was upset, but then I was like, okay, I get it, right? I ain't getting my feelings or anything like that because I know what he's trying to do. But it just threw me off that he came at me and said, "Well, I'm speaking fucking Russian." So I was like, "Oh, this is what we got." Okay, this is Pop. Yeah. But nah, that was
that speaks a lot about him and the level of respect, because easily you said you could have just gone off the deep end, but at the same time, that was his way of, I don't want to use the word humbling, but getting everybody on the same page by like, hey, I'll go at you like anybody else.
Yes, I know that. I know who you are. I also coached Tim Duncan and David Robinson too. But I know who you are. You got to get this treatment too. We don't care about that. So, it's about just buying in, man. I ain't have no problem with that. We went over there in Puerto Rico and went 10-0 and kicked people's ass. So, great time, great experience, man. I just hate that, things transpired with the Olympics to where I couldn't go over there. So,
because that would have been fun to do.
Yeah.
That would add on to what we've accomplished.
I'm sure.
Together.
Yeah.
Right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $250 in bonus bets if your first bet wins.
That's right. Turn $5 into $250 in bonus bets just for getting started.
And when every possession matters in the playoffs, FanDuel makes it easy to get closer to the action. From player props on your favorite stars to all the tools you need to back them up.
FanDuel puts player research right at your fingertips, so you can check stats, trends, and matchups all in one place and make your picks with confidence.
It's everything you need all in one app, so don't miss your shot. Head to FanDuel.com/cousins to get started.
FanDuel, play your game.
21 plus select states for Kansas in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino. 18 plus DC, Kentucky, Wyoming. First online real money wager only. $5 for first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MY-RESET. Call 1-888-789-7777. Visit ccpg.org/chat, Connecticut. Visit mdgamblinghelp.org, Maryland. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org. Call 1-800-327-5050, Massachusetts. Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY. Text HOPE-NY, New York. Call 1-877-770-7867, Louisiana.
I remember you coming in with Paul Pierce, and I remember our battles against Twan and Paul in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Great battles, right? Paul was the young rookie, up and coming franchise player for the Boston Celtics, getting drafted out of Kansas, and had game in his rookie year. And y'all two was going at it. I remember being in Boston, and y'all was going at it this game. I think you had like 30 this game, I think. 28 or 30 or something like that. I remember that.
Yeah.
But the last 2 points is what I remember. Because I took the ball out.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, bruh, first of all, it was just this calmness you've always had when the game on the line. And for you to have that in your first year, like, I was like, this dude is so calm. Like, we're in a huddle. I'm looking at you because I know who to play. I know who is going. I know I'm taking the ball out because I'm the best passer. I know that. I'm a best decision maker. And I know where the ball is going. So I just I'm looking at this dude in the huddle, and you just cool, calm, and collective, dog. Like, this is just like a normal thing to you. And it's only a few seconds left on this clock.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we got a coach that draws great out-of-timeout plays, game-winning plays. Like, he was amazing, talking about Butch Carter.
Yeah.
Amazing play caller out of timeouts and for game winners. And this was another one, right? I just remember it was a pin down for you, and you was coming up to the top of the key, but you curled around
towards
in front of me to the corner, right? And I saw it, and I saw the opening. I didn't want to throw it to you. I kind of led you a little bit until where you was going. And you could take it from there. What happened?
So I'm going to go back again. In the huddle, so what typically happens for me is I'll see the play and I play it in my mind. And that goes, my high school coach is to play it, see it before it actually happens.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll see the play, kind of go through it. And obviously you never know what actually happens, but you see the play, you go through your options, shot that you like to shoot, whatever, so, you have a plan A, so you don't panic under pressure. And I don't know, I just felt comfortable. I was never afraid of the moment. I was never afraid to miss the big shot. You gonna miss them. But at the same time, I don't know, it just, how it was. So I remember coming off the screen, I remember you told me this. It's just, I don't know why this sticks out, but when I got the ball, if you remember, I went between my legs.
Yeah.
Opposite of the way, just to get space,
and then you go back,
go to the pull-up. And
right.
I remember you said, I don't know why the hell you did that, but it was just one of those. I knew I had enough time, and it was just kind of a pet move, just to kind of get to my rhythm. And I knew, either I didn't very rarely did I shoot a straight up and down jump shot anyway. Right. So I knew that could get to my fadeaway jump shot, and it's one of the best feelings because I remember Muggsy and all of those guys sitting on the side. Hey, take your time, shoot the shot. And when the shot goes in, I sat there like, boy, you saw it. Like, it was one of those, I told you, a stop thing. And it was one of the best feelings. And I just remember it kind of spilled off the court, and the two fans over there if you go look, especially if they had a still shot of us celebrating, and then you see these two random white kids standing in the middle of our celebration.
Well, when I threw the ball into you, I ran into the paint. Because when I ran into the paint because I threw the ball, and then I ran to the paint, and then I'm looking at the shot like this.
That's right.
And when I got the ball, and I went back left. I jumped up like the
That's
MJ.
Right. You sure did. You sure did.
And ran over there to you, and about crushed the fans over there.
Yes, because we spilled all the way in there to those front row seats, and that's what you pay for. You pay for live action. We were right in your front seat.
That's got to be an amazing feeling. You do that in the Garden, though. Well, that was TD. What was it? What was it?
It was a Boston Garden. Yeah,
it was a Boston Garden.
I think it was the beginning of TD Garden.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Old Boston Garden. No, it was TD.
You didn't play in the Old Boston.
I did.
I think I did.
I mean, especially the battle with
you and Paul.
With Paul, obviously through McDonald's, going through it, like we've always had battles. We used to just what it was.
Yeah.
And we were in the running for Rookie of the Year along with White Chocolate, Jay
Mm-hmm.
Will. So it was just, how do I continue to stay close? Because you already knew he had already dropped in the draft. He was supposed to be a top 5 pick. He dropped the 10 to Boston. Playing with Antoine Walker. Like you said, they were already a team that was very good, and you add him. So it was just trying to keep up, and just for him, he wanted to prove it because now he dropped. So every time he see somebody who was drafted above him,
he had on his list.
On his list. So, it was one of those things, and it was one of those moments where it's like, hey, just step up and shoot the shot. And funny seeing Kenny Anderson.
Oh,
and,
he was sick. He was sick. He was sick. Like,
I want to say Mo Taylor.
I don't know if Mo Taylor.
I know Kenny Anderson.
I don't think
he was
Mo played with.
It wasn't Mo. Maybe not, but it was Kenny Anderson for sure. Sick over there.
Yeah.
It was, like I said, it was a great feeling because you think of Boston, it's historic.
Actually, because it was a good back and forth game and battle between y'all two, and to come on top with the game winner.
So I remember that pose. It was like sometimes it just whatever comes to mind, and this when I did this, it just came to mind more so than I planned it, and it was just one of those things. I didn't do it often. That wasn't kind of my celebration. It was just I'm in the garden. I hit the game winner. Paul Pierce over there. Like, that's just.
You remember my high school clip when I dunked
when you dunked on Buddy?
Same pose.
Absolutely. I
don't know, man. It's just.
Did you have any go-to? Like, what was your? What was considered your?
I didn't have
celebration?
anything, bro. That's something that I didn't. Man, when I do this is the pose I'm doing. Shit just happens.
It just happened. Like I every time I dunked the ball, particularly in New Jersey, the Nets did the rev it up. That was because of a player. As I got older, I did the threes, let the threes fly. That's when I got older because I started shooting more threes. Obviously, changing to the guard, but I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't have
my only signature, and I don't know if it was it wasn't a celebration, but my only thing before the game, as I'm doing my right before the game, I do my prayer. I used to jump on the rim, pull myself up, kiss the rim.
I remember that. Yeah.
Have my moment with my grandmother.
Yeah.
That was more so my thing with my grandmother. So other than that, like I didn't really have a real celebration. I don't know. That was. It's like happens, in the moment. Like it depends on what's going on, how you feeling. Like
that was my thing.
The only planned celebration that I had was going to be that 2001 if I made that jump shot. I was about to.
I don't know what you would have done.
Either on the table or I was up in the stands. That's what I had planned in my mind.
You talking about in Philly?
In Philly.
Yeah.
And that was more so, it wasn't more so to the Philly fans than the world and who had something to say about what was going on. That was the one time that I know for a fact I said, when this shot goes in, one or two things. I'm either going to jump on the table, the scores table right by the bench, or I'm going in the stands, like up the steps right there.
I'm glad you said that. Thank you for leading into this right here because we all want to know. That was 2001, right? What you're speaking on. The year prior, you was going through some shit. I don't know what it was because you grew your hair out. You had the nappy hair, right? The buckshots.
Olympics.
In the Olympics. I don't know what you was going through, but elaborate on that. Why you grew your hair? Bro, you ain't never grow your hair out like that. And then the dunk on Frederick Weiss. But talk about like that, what you was going through, because you, again, like I said, you was growing your hair out, and then what you were saying a year later, if you would have hit that shot, all of that is all built up stuff.
Yeah.
So speak on that.
All right, let's go back. So that was, you're leaving, at the end of that
2000.
year, that summer, Butch fired.
Yep.
There was a lot of controversy between Butch and my mom. There was the agent in that summer.
Tank Black.
In that summer. And then the shoe situation.
Puma.
All during that time.
This is all going.
All right in succession. Started with you're leaving, the back and forth, all of that, everything in succession. Obviously the high was dunk contest, but then everything kind of happened after that. And then we get to the Olympics, and GP, we were in that transition like growing. So GP was kind of like, bro, let's do it. I was like, let's do it. I don't care. And That was a angry summer
Yes, it was.
of the Olympics.
Yeah.
You know, I tend to dunk the basketball hard, as you know, but like I was trying to pull screws loose every time, and a little testier than normal, like with back and forth. I got into it with Shane Hill in I think he played Australia. Like he was just back and forth, who had just gotten into it the Olympics before with Charles Barkley. Got into it with
what country?
Same. Australia. They're Jordan. Oh my gosh, why I can't think of his name. But we get into it, and that was a big thing. Now all of Australia against me. We going back and forth. Going down the court in the transition play, the referee trips on my leg, falls on, elbow pops out.
Oh.
In the game.
Hold on, is this the same game you got to dunk?
No,
Oh,
same game. I get into the altercation.
Okay.
That they calm that down. This happens shortly thereafter. He trips on my foot, falls, pops out. Blame me. So it was so much going on. And then as the back half of that Olympics, the dunk happens against France. And then we get to the gold medal game. I tried to do the dunk again.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
I tried to jump over it again. He knocked me out the air and whatnot. So it was just one of those things. We played against Yao and those, but I was every time I was jumping, I was trying to go square.
Yeah.
It wasn't just trying to just dunk the ball anymore. It was just trying to just get it all out. And which leads into now, life is good when we win the gold medal, and then the season happens, and all of a sudden May 20th comes about trying to go trying to accomplish graduating and Game 7, which just so happened to fall because I don't know. It wasn't supposed to be that. The schedule was not originally supposed to be that way, but it happened. So I was prepared for it. Then to hear everybody talk about it, so it was kind of like another hurdle, whatever. And it was kind of all that was going to be the moment where you kind of get it all out for 6, 8, 9 months, and it didn't go that way.
What was the deciding factor where you was like, I'm over this shit, man. Like, I'm done. I don't even want to think about all this stuff that I was dealing with.
I think winning the gold medal was one of those things. So let's go back. I didn't make the Olympic team originally.
Right.
I got in because Tom Gugliotta got hurt. And so at that moment, I get there, I have something to prove. I want them to understand, to feel like, damn, why we didn't pick him from the beginning? It's all good, but you're going to now see. I ended up being the leading scorer for the team and earned the right to where they trusted.
I didn't know.
Yeah, earned the right to where they trusted me to be the go-to guy late in games. I just got in attack mode and just, obviously fill it out, do my part. Like you said, not trying to be bigger than the team.
Right, yeah.
But at the same time, when you give me that opportunity, I'm gonna show you.
Your teammates and coaches put you in that position.
So I start, and then here's guys like for you or playing with J Kidd and like Ray Allen running down the court. Ray, you said, I wanted to throw a lob to you.
Yeah.
So I knew every time somebody had the ball, whether it was Tim Hardaway or Gary Payton or Ray, Allen Houston, J Kidd, they trying to throw that lob.
Yeah.
Or even it got to be Zoe or Sharif or McDice. Like, bro, I'm gonna throw you a lob because it's good conversation. So I'm running the floor. Like we played the select team. I was 10 for 10 in that game. 8 dunks.
I was about to say,
I was just trying to go for it. Like I was just trying to, so it was just kind of just to get lost in it, get it all out, and get to the championship game and to win it, and which led into obviously Puerto Rico, getting that opportunity to potentially do it again. But I just once we won it, it's kind of like, man, I don't care. I don't care about none of this, man. I want to hoop.
Just want to hoop.
That's it. That's what I'm here for.
Just want to hoop.
And it's always been that way. Yeah. Regardless, and we get crossroads where we have decisions to make. We get crossroads where we have to pick a side or choose a side or make a decision on what we want to say or how we're gonna go about it. Like that's bad. But like the end of the day, it's always been and always has been basketball, bro.
Yeah.
I worked too hard to get there.
For
I
sure.
wanted to be there.
No doubt.
You know, and obviously we want to win championships. We want to be the best. When I walked away from the game, the thing, and I think I would love to hear what your thoughts were. When I walked away from the game, I want to say I satisfied my hunger of and desire of being a player from the time I picked up a basketball to the time I was a senior in high school trying to navigate where I can go for the best opportunity to get to the league. Then to get there and to say, I'm here and I ain't going back.
Yeah.
Like that's what, so when I walked away from the game, like I played the game, like, and I want to be clear, for a long time, and even hearing people say about it, it's like, he stayed 5 years too long when he could have been this, and I didn't care about what that final point per game. Like, I get it. It's for conversations, and that's what it is, and that's, you make it to the Hall of Fame, and which room you go in, I get it. But I got that jacket.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
You know, and I played because I love playing, bro. I love playing basketball. You used to say, like, you used to even tell me, bro, you're 42. Well, you said it for like 3 years, bro. You're in your 40s. Why?
Yeah.
I still love playing. And then it's like, if I woke up at 40, 38, and still had the desire to play, I would be miserable. Until I hit 43. Yeah, exactly.
You gotta empty the tank.
Yeah, like, and for you, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, were you satisfied? I get it, injuries, and I was blessed, like, I was able to walk away from the game. Everybody can't say that.
Yeah. So for me, it was, again, my story is a little bit different because I had microfracture surgery. And when you have that, it's like, you're not gonna be who you were before that surgery.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be that player. And can you live with that? Can you live with the reality of not reaching that level? Because we want to be our best. We want to reach our full potential of what we could be in this game, and injuries take that away. So now my mentality is, it's, totally adjusted now, because I know, okay, I'm not going to be an all NBA type player. Now I'm fighting
the mental battle.
I'm fighting the mental battle, and I'm fighting, man, can I overcome this and make a team? Can I make a team again? Because I don't know how I'm going to come out of this. Right? I don't know.
So you're saying that as the injury happened?
I'm saying as I'm going through my rehab.
Yeah.
Because I know how tough and strenuous this rehab is going to be. So I'm questioning, like, bruh, how am I going to be able to get through this and be able to make a team again? So that was my focus. And going on that journey was tough, man. But I found a lot about myself going through that journey, though, in terms of, like, I already knew I was mentally strong. But when you gotta sit in the bed for 8 hours in a machine,
I remember that. I had to do that on my knee
for 8 weeks, my dog. For 8 weeks, that is challenging. And then you're not pain free for like a year and a half, 2 years, man. And you're not gonna be all NBA, or you're not gonna be the guy that they giving the ball to, or you're gonna be getting pulled this way. And can you handle being pulled this way when man, you used to get pulled that way? It's a lot. It's a lot going on that you got to maneuver through now.
Yeah,
they got you.
Yeah, and
how you gonna handle that? But it was the mental challenge, is really just getting back on the basketball court and believing that I can, go through all this, the rigors of this training, rehab, and make a team. And I actually lasted 4 more years of doing that. So
I want to piggyback off that, because that was one of the mental battles for me on the back end. My love for the game was stronger than what was given to me. And what I mean by that is that I knew I knew I could have played more minutes and taken more shots. That's just what was given to me. And everybody was saying for so long, hey, but you can go to a championship team and do this, but I wanted to play. And, it's always tough on how a team views your value in you knowing your worth.
Yeah.
I knew what I was worth, and I knew I could still play the game. Okay, maybe I'm not playing 29, 30 minutes, but I can give more. So I wanted to play somewhere where I wanted to go somewhere where I can still play.
Yep.
And I mean, I felt like I still had something for the game. And yeah, I knew it was limited, but I didn't want to sit over there rotting on the bench. I just couldn't do it. And the toughest thing was kind of listening to some of these organizations. And even it happened in Atlanta too. I don't have a problem saying it. Especially my last year, they didn't want me to play much because they wanted to see what they had with other guys. I was like, well, that's what practices and training camp for.
That's what happened to me.
That's what it's for. And if a young fella beat me out, he beats me out. Don't just assume and just don't just like, nah, let me go out there or earn it or lose it.
Imagine a home where your Wi-Fi just works. Can you imagine that?
You mean streaming even with the whole family online? Multiple devices? Yeah, I can imagine that.
Thanks to Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Your guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to your devices that need it the most. We're talking next level experiences, fast connections, and the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi so you don't miss a play, like right before a game winner.
Plus, you even get incredible gaming speeds and no one battling for bandwidth.
Most importantly, you get the ultimate fan experience. No contracts, no commitments, and everything you need included, all with the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee.
Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that.
Restrictions apply. Select plans only. Xfinity Internet is powered by fiber and connected to premises by coaxial cable. Most reliable claim based on Opensignal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Report, May 2025, XB6+.
Hey, Cuzzo. Did you know that the average employer has to sort through roughly 250 resumes per job opening? Man, that's a full-time job on its own.
Well, cuz if you're hiring, I got good news for you. You can now review all these resumes and applications faster thanks to ZipRecruiter.
ZipRecruiter has a new feature that instantly shows you the most interested, qualified candidates first. And today, you can try it for free at ziprecruiter.com/cousins.
With ZipRecruiter's new feature, all-star candidates who are very interested in your job show up at the top of your list. So it's no surprise that ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site based on G2.
Cut through the standard and get the standouts with ZipRecruiter.
4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
And now you can try it for free at ziprecruiter.com/cousins.
That's ziprecruiter.com/cousins.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Now, this is a topic that I'm curious to see, how you feel about this and where you're going to go with this. So, best player in the league.
Oh,
right. What is the criteria for deciding who is the best player in the NBA? What is that criteria?
So,
because the way it is, if the best player on best team usually gets it, right? That's how it works. Unless a player is having
playing an unreal
historical number.
Because let me say, was Harden on the best? Was the best player on the best team? But they weren't.
No, but I think they won 60 games though, and he averaged what?
Russ's year, he was triple-double.
But that was the first year we've seen
someone average
triple-double.
So that's my giving context on why, they're not those examples of they weren't on the best team.
Right.
But they were the best player.
Historical numbers, yes.
Unreal things.
I go back to our era. Shaq only has one, and Shaq was the best player for more than 1 year in the NBA. Kobe only has one. I think Kobe was the best player in the NBA
more than one time.
For more than 1 year.
Iverson?
Best player?
Iverson has one.
I think
2001.
I think AI 2001, he deserved that. Best player. I think for what he did for that team, defensive player of the year.
But there's a valuable player. You take AI off of that squad. They're not what they are.
No,
they're a pretty good basketball team,
but they're not.
They're not.
No,
that team that goes to the finals.
They're definitely not going to the finals. May make the playoffs because the Eastern Conference may. I don't know, but they ain't going to no damn finals. and he just went. That was the perfect team for him to be on.
Tell me. I saw it live. 7 games.
But I just don't understand, man, the criteria of this, because we played in the era with Shaq, and I think it's very disrespectful that Shaquille O'Neal only has one MVP.
Who won MVP your year? The year you thought you should have won it?
Tim Duncan. They won 60 games.
That was, okay.
And I've always said, like, if you take him off, I still think they're a playoff team. I don't think that's most valuable to your team. I don't. Jaylen Brown is more valuable to Boston than Shea is more valuable to OKC.
Okay.
You take Wemby off.
They're a different team.
They're different. They're a very different team. You take Luka off. Are they a playoff team? I still think Bron can get them to the playoffs with AR.
I do. I believe in Austin Reeves.
I even think if you take Jokic off, I think Jamal Murray and them boys can make some noise out west.
Okay. Shea is the best player on the best team, and he's doing something historic that, like, he's on a streak of 130 games plus right now.
Yes.
Which is ridiculous.
Yes, and he's averaging 30.
And he's averaging
for the fourth straight time.
Fourth straight time.
But let me add some context
to
that. He's missed 12 games. JB hasn't missed that many games.
Okay, but let's say if he plays the rest of the season, he's played 70 games.
So again, who's the best player in the NBA right now? Jokic is the best player in the NBA.
I think he and Shea are two of the best. All
right,
I'm gonna say I still got the Wemby in there, bro.
Okay,
I'm gonna do it.
Is Kawhi considered the best player in the NBA? What he's doing on both sides of the ball. So Jokic, right, impact he has on his team offensively doesn't have that type of impact on the defensive end. Wemby has the impact on the defensive end like nobody else. Offense is not to the level of where.
All right, I'll take that.
Right,
I'll take that. I thought you were
no.
Okay,
I'm just really, analyzing and breaking down what these guys bring to the table, because I think, we would say a guy is the best player, but he's great on one side of the ball,
offensive player,
but he doesn't play defense.
Okay, yeah.
So right, so how do we gauge? What are we doing here? All of these guys are great. I'm just having a hard time of what the criteria is.
And see, I just feel like most valuable is going to come in different packages now. And so like you said, Jokic was the best player at a point in time, and he's still coming up he's averaging a triple-double, man. Like, and then Shea's doing what he's doing. So he is valuable, even if you take him off. But, like, very good, can make a playoff team, but you're talking about adding them now, can win a championship. Here's another package. Jaylen Brown.
That's where I'm having a hard time.
So that's, I think,
man.
You're getting the different packages from, the MVP now has different legs to it.
Why don't we have an offensive MVP and then just like best player on best team? Does that make sense for MVP? How does the NFL do it? Best offensive player versus the overall MVP? And typically the overall MVP is quarterback on the best team, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro.
Shout out to Josh Allen.
I think it has to be 2 awards. Let's go back to the 80s. Michael Jordan, Jeffrey Jordan, came in 84. They started saying he was the best player around, 86, 87, 88. He wasn't winning no championships. He wasn't going deep in the playoffs. He was leading the NBA in scoring. And they were saying he was the best player.
The best player and most valuable. Where does the two kind of rank? Right. I think now is the question.
Right. So
you see what I'm saying?
MJ in 86 and 87. Now, if this is not the best player in the league, so the man averaged 37 points
In that era.
and scored 3,000 points in the season. But Magic Johnson ended up winning MVP because he was on a better team.
What was his number, though?
23 and 12 and 6 rebounds in 80 games. 23 and 12 versus 37. 3,000 points.
They're saying 23 points, 12 assists a game at that time.
Magic Johnson was not better than Michael Jordan in 86, 87, averaging 37
So what does
points.
that tell you? How'd they get the award? How'd he get the award then?
Best team.
Best player on the best team?
Best
I just
team.
feel like it's more so seasonal is how they decide it.
It's confusing.
Because
That's
it goes
what
back
is.
to, like I said, Russ wasn't the best player on the best team, but what Russ was doing,
historical.
And you could not give that award to someone else that year. And the year before that, what James Harden was doing was crazy.
So
They had to get it.
Lakers won 65 games to MJ's 40 games. MJ finished 40, 40 and 42, and they were 5th in the East. And he averaged
5.
And he averaged 37. I just can't penalize a guy that's putting up those type of numbers
agree.
every single night.
I agree.
Because if you're on the best team,
Because he's not on a bad team. He's 40 and 42, but they're not
right?
last place or
Right.
out of the playoffs.
If
My point. Great point.
Magic and the Lakers was supposed to do that. Am I right? They were supposed to do that. Bird and the Boston Celtics were supposed to do that. Isaiah Thomas and those guys were supposed to do that because they had that type of team. That's what they were constructed as. They were built for that. MJ ain't have that yet. 37 points is MVP of the league. Best player in the
He was
league.
trying to get it. He was trying to get him there.
Best player in the world, Craig. 37. He should have had more MVPs, man.
Man, let's talk current basketball, man.
Let's go.
Because we could argue about this all day. Because
I
you're
know.
going to find errors in scenarios and loopholes and whatnot. So I just feel like now it's going to always be a back and forth. It's going to always be like that, like you're saying. There's some people who are going to agree with you. You should go to the most valuable player of their team. So go to the best player. How do you decide it?
Yeah, but
So
it's hard to decide who's the best player in today's game. Back then, it was clearly MJ.
no, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying
Shaq,
every year,
it was clearly Shaq.
yeah, Shaq, some of the Shaq years.
Clearly Shaq. That I'm just saying when it's clear. When it's
nothing
clear.
else. I don't care how you saying I don't care how valuable you are to your team. This guy is
He's head above everybody.
yeah.
He's MVP.
Mm-hmm. We don't have that right now.
No.
It's time for Pick a Side, cuz, presented by FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NBA. So the betting line, will the 76ers make the play-in tournament?
Yes. I think they will make the play-in tournament because they have a difficult schedule than the Raptors. And I don't know who has the tiebreaker. They have identical records. 76ers has to play San Antonio. San Antonio wants 60 wins
Where, though?
at San Antonio.
Okay.
They have to play the Rockets
Where, though?
at the Rockets.
Oh, okay.
And then the Pacers
Where?
at the Pacers. And then they got Milwaukee at home. So they have 3 of their last 4 games on the road. That's very
And it's
challenging.
the first 2
And
that's the juggernaut.
right. So I can see them going 500 on that. Now we go to the Raptors. The Raptors has 4 games left as well, and 2 of them is Miami. 1 of them is New York, and the last one is Brooklyn. So I could see them going 500 as well. Again, I don't know who has the tiebreaker. They could end up with the same record. Last but not least, you have the Charlotte Hornets with 3 games left. They got Boston, Detroit, and New York.
At Boston, Detroit, and at New York.
Yeah, so I'm sure Boston is probably going to have some of their guys sit.
Knicks probably the same.
Knicks probably do the
Unless
same.
they're trying to position
Because
themselves.
they won't.
I guess it doesn't matter.
They can't
for them.
catch Boston.
Yeah.
So, Cleveland can catch them. So they can go. They could go from 3 to 4.
Because do you want to be in fourth, play Atlanta if you're the Knicks? I don't think so.
All right, this is about the 76ers. So I'm gonna go on the limb and say the 76ers will be in the play-in game because of the difficult schedule. I think they're gonna lose 2 of those 4 games. And the Raptors possibly they could lose to one of those games in Miami, but I'm gonna say they're gonna go 3 and 4.
And I'm gonna say the 76ers will not be in the play-in tournament and they will hold on to the 6th seed. I think, yes, they will have a rough time, and I agree with you with the Spurs wanting to get 60 or better. But I think they can come out of this 3 or 4.
They could.
I really think, because I'm thinking Houston right now, more things, what they need is rest. They need to make sure they got everybody healthy. I think the last couple of games they're going to sit. And I also think the 76ers can win that game.
Right.
So I'm going to say the 76ers will hold on to the 6th spot and will not be in the play-in tournament. All right, fans, there you have it. You heard what he had to say. You heard what I had to say. I think the 76ers will not be in the play-in tournament. He thinks otherwise. What do you think? Go to the app. Tell us what you think. What we do have is drama in the standings in the playoffs, because we're 2.5 weeks out from
1 week out from the
I'm
regular
saying
season being over.
I'm saying 2 weeks from actual playoffs. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
playing and everything.
Yeah.
We're if you're playing a player right now and no real team, where do you want to be playing for home court? You want to be in the 3rd spot or the 4th spot?
Wherever the Rockets land, that's where I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever the Rockets land, or where I can get the Rockets in the 2nd round. But they might not even make it out of the 1st round, depending on their matchup. Because if they stay at 6, I'm going with the Lakers to beat them.
Mm-hmm.
If they move up to 5, I'm going with the Nuggets. Or the Lakers, or the Lakers to beat them. So regardless, the Rockets are in trouble.
They're in a tough
They're in a tough situation, yeah. Now, if you're OKC, I think you obviously want to solidify that number 1 seed.
I agree.
Right, because you want home court.
They can say what they want to say. They want to solidify it.
They want that because they learned last year. They had 2 Game 7s, right? They had Denver Game 7, and then they had a Finals Game 7 on their home court
where that's what you want.
Yes.
OKC rocks.
And it was looking rocky in that Game 7 against Indiana before Tyrese went down. So they want Game 7s home.
Yeah, period.
San Antonio is trying to catch them.
And I think San Antonio said 60 wins. He said 60 wins, knowing that is a target to potentially have home court.
Yeah.
I mean, number 1 seed. So
is there any part of you that feels like there can be an upset from anybody in the play-in, coming out of the play-in for that first to
remember
that first and 2nd seed? Can San Antonio or OKC be upset by Phoenix or the Clippers? Or Golden State if Steph and those guys come back? Do you see any of that?
With Moses Moody going down, I don't think they have enough.
Yeah, I don't see it either. I
think that's asking a lot for Steph coming back from injury after 5 games.
Can Kawhi challenge
by himself for 7 games?
No. All right, so
one asking a lot. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
What about the other side?
The other side, Eastern Conference. This is where it gets tricky.
Yes.
Philadelphia.
Thank you.
You got Paul George
back.
You got Joel Embiid
back.
And you waiting on Maxey.
He's back. He played. He's already played.
Oh my God!
He's back and he played well.
So you got Maxey.
Top 3
and now
guys.
Your 4th is a rookie that is highly, highly confident in his ability. Philadelphia is the scariest team in the bottom.
And what's
because you
crazy is,
have an MVP.
didn't they move down and now they're back to 7?
They moved down and now they're moving. They're
2-game
surging.
win streak. Paul George back on the second, the last 2 plus. Got their big 3 back the last 2.
If you're Cleveland Cavaliers, you're saying, please, Toronto, keep winning. Please, Atlanta, keep winning. We don't want to see Philadelphia.
So
They have a
where are
big
you
that-
saying, wait a minute, where are you saying Cleveland should drop
I'm saying,
or go?
no. I'm saying Cleveland's stuck at 4. They're not going anywhere. But what I'm telling you, they don't want to see Philly in that 5th spot.
Oh,
Because Cleveland is not moving up to the 3rd spot. They're not going to drop down. I don't think Toronto is catching them. They are hoping Toronto and Atlanta keeps winning. You don't want to see Philadelphia. Joel Embiid,
they have nothing for that.
they have nothing. No answer for Joel Embiid. And I think they know that.
And then when they have to double team, Paul George gets going. Maxey going to already do his thing. That's understood. And then you're giving confidence to VJ, who's never been there,
Yeah.
but he just to play basketball. Quentin Grimes.
So that's
score.
yeah, that's your 4-5. I don't think Boston is going to have a problem with whoever they face. Xfinity Court Connections is brought to you by Xfinity. One internet price, 5 years guaranteed. Xfinity. Imagine that. So, who are some of the current player-coach duos whose chemistry you excited to watch in the playoffs? I know I got 2 guys, but I'll let you go.
No, you go ahead. If you got one, go ahead.
Player-coach duo, I think I'm going to go with David Alderman.
I knew.
I'm gonna go with David Alderman, man, and Jokic and Jamal Murray and that crew, because I like the job he did last year when he took over for Mike Malone. And I think it's challenging for a coach, even though you're an assistant coach and you want to, when you move over to that head coaching slot, you want to be fully prepared, right? You want to be able to prepare for upcoming season, and you want to put things in place that you feel deep down inside will work, for your team. You want to put your own spin and things that, as assistant coach, you just see some things that, you'll do differently. He's got a more deeper roster than Mike Malone has. So managing, all of these pieces, guys in and out of the lineup, I thought he's managed that well to keep them, they still freaking 4th in the West, maybe finished 3rd.
Yep.
So I just want to watch, that duo and how they maneuver through the playoffs, because Jokic is a savant. David Aldridge is a savant. Alderman is a savant. And you can see those guys, working together and trying to, be on the same page to win a championship, another championship, with him being at the helm of being a head coach. So I'm going to watch them. I'm excited about that duo.
And I'm excited about Mitch Johnson and his young, talented guys. Obviously Wemby, but Stephon Castle and crew. Here's a guy similar to what you just talked about with, Denver. He takes over after Pop goes out. A lot of pressure, but at the same time, he's there. Guys respond to him. They enjoy him. He gets the job full time, and he's hit the ground running.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I remember us talking about it. Like, they're a couple of years away. I mean, shoot, in 2 years, they're going to be, damn it, they're here now. And he's done a phenomenal job, and he's holding guys accountable. It's still the Spurs way. Everything is kind of falling in line. So I'm interested to see how he takes this young team and continues to grow in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like they all haven't been there, but at the same time, I feel like sometimes you can lead a team in the battle blindly with the confidence of your coach.
Mm-hmm.
And he definitely has them confident. He definitely has them understanding who and what your role is. Because I think for young guys, if they all buy into what you're selling, 1, 2, and understand their role going into the fight, anything can happen, man. If they can understand the success of the regular season doesn't mean you're going to have that same success in the playoffs.
We learned that.
If you can, if you can understand that, you'll be fine.
For
Understanding, no, it gets tougher. And what's crazy is we talk about Wemby all the time defensively, but you know who we don't give credit to? Stephon Castle.
Yeah. Dog.
Defensively, he takes the challenge.
Dog.
So, you know, he's great in passing lanes. So they have guys that who can play in the passing lanes, who could guard the ball, on-ball defenders. You have a rim protector, a weak side defender. I think
they have very good point of attack defenders.
Yeah.
I mean, very good, and they're dogs, and they take pride in that.
Luke Cornett is a great team defensive guy who understands his role.
And they got a great offensive system
to add to it.
The only concern with them, and Wemby has closed some games for them, but it's like, who's going to be that consistent closer? See, when I go to, when I go to Denver, they got that consistent closer.
But we know Wemby, like we do, regardless of that. Like, how do you get better at it? You got to go
through it.
And he wants the ball in those moments.
Yeah. We always finish the show. We talk about, someone that raised this. So who you got for us today? Who raised Vincent Lamar Carter?
I'm going to go to a guy that day one, when I stepped into the NBA, pulled me aside and he said, we're going to show the world who you are and why you're going to be Rookie of the Year. Butch Carter. I'm dead serious.
What?
Yeah. So day one, Butch Carter pulled me aside. He said, hey, young man, we're going to show the world who you are and you're going to win Rookie of the Year. And I was like, bet. I couldn't believe, I was like, all right, cool. And then day two, Oakley pulls me aside, was like, we're going to piggyback off that. But my thing is, outside of having the conversations with you every day, outside of having veterans in our locker room every day, Butch always.
He poured into us, bro. Just go ahead and say it. He poured into us.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how to, like, he pushed and pushed and pushed. Sometimes you're like, hey, bro, ease up. I'm trying to get it. He saw, what he saw for us was, I mean, obviously you believe in yourself and he's like, well, that's one of them, don't tell me you want to be great. And then when I come at you like this, on your back and holding you accountable, you don't want it, you don't accept it, and you can't handle it. That's how Butch was. And, as I sat back and understood it and watched him, I started to realize that. I realized it even more that following year when we were in Florida, Orlando, doing that little mini training camp, getting ready for the playoffs against the Knicks.
We were in Boca? Where were we?
No, we were in Orlando.
Orlando.
Way out in Orlando. And what he put us through, he's like, I'm gonna make sure. He cared about, like, bro, that whole training camp was for us to make sure we were ready. Because obviously, we were the young guys on it, but he could see the value and the importance of who we were at that moment and what we could become as a duo and individuals. And I sit back and he did what he did. He was trying to leverage himself to make sure he was in a good position to keep pouring into us, like you said. And I truly believe that. And I mean, he handled some things the wrong way, but I have a great appreciation for it because day one, he, as a head coach, he believed in us, in what we had. And I know you were going through what you were going through. I think you can truly say at the same time, now you have a coach that believed in you and wasn't going to let you fail if he can
That's all
help.
I needed was structure.
And that's what he had.
Yeah.
He put us through, I just remember practice, and he used to have us on the other end talking about swing the gate.
Yeah, like he brought one back there, boy. Swing the gate.
Every time I would catch the ball in the post, hey, swing the gate. Like, bro, so every time I would see a gate, like, man, let the gate swing. But at the same time, it was structure. It was preparation. It was just, no, this is what, obviously I had it in Dean Smith, and then you go to the league and I don't know what it's like until I get him. And then I had some coaches after that was not like that.
Yeah.
And then I had some coaches who were like that and continued to elevate. But
shout out to Butch.
The groundwork from Butch is much appreciated. And as I sit back and think about it, I was like, yeah, man, because it's easy to have your vets in there, but like he the leader. He the leader. And y'all young fellas, y'all ain't doing this. So shout out to Butch,
shout
man.
out
I
to
appreciate
Butch,
you, man.
The one thing I learned from him, and I think we both did, because I'm still a young fella, I'm still a teenager, and we didn't have trainers back then to how these guys are training now.
Yeah.
And Butch taught me how to train both sides of my body, right? And it was like whatever you do on the right side, do on the left side. He taught us how to train both sides of our body to where whatever I could do on the right side, because I'm a right-hander, I should be able to do on my left side, and that's what it was. I ended up being able to do more on my left than I did the right side. So, shout out to Uncle Butch, man. So for your boy,
please.
Man, look, none other than the legendary, the iconic Sonny Vaccaro. You thought I was gonna leave him out of raising me? No chance. This dude right here, man, and it's Sonny and Pam, is like I don't know. They just so instrumental in my life, dog, that it's hard for me to even put in words at time, because, I was a kid in Florida just trying to find my way. And I didn't know much about the basketball world. I mean, I was just playing high school basketball. I really didn't play no AAU basketball, playing YBOA, which is, local, really wasn't traveling outside. And then, I finally got a chance to be on Team Florida, but we was just playing in Florida. I got a call one day. Dude came to my school. I talked to him, and then he came to my school and was telling me about the camp, ABCD camp. So I go to the camp, and I meet Sonny, I meet Pam. And when I thought this dude was in the mafia. I thought like he was a mob. I thought he was a mob boss, the way he moved around and had the people around him, right? But for him, and I'm speaking for not just for myself, but I'll speak for all the high school guys. He created something that gave us life, that gave us hope. You know what I mean? That changed our lives, all of our lives. If you didn't know the path that you were going before you got on ABCD, you knew your path and where you was going when you left ABCD. That's what he did for us. He changed the whole trajectory of my family, bro. Not me, my generation of my family, with creating that platform. And it was just, I'm just so thankful and in depth of him and his wife, because look where I'm at today. And it was because of that platform he created. Otherwise, I don't think you're right. Who knows? I don't think I make it to the NBA. And he just constantly, even throughout my career, just stayed on me and made sure I was always doing the right thing. And the gifted me years later to have the property, be mine, which is ABCD, and we're bringing that back, 20 years later, because the last ABCD was 2006. Well, we're bringing it back in 2026, August 2026, and he gifted me that property. Again, I'm forever indebted for their, just their generosity and what they built for high school players. So, that's me, man. Shout out to Sonny
Vaccaro
and
family,
Pam.
man.
Yeah,
Shout out to you guys.
for sure. I love those guys.
My quick thing, Sonny coming out, looking to go, trying to figure out where I want to go. Had conversations, obviously, with Sonny Vaccaro, but he got really, really upset with my high school coach because
you went to the other brand.
I went to the other brand.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I ended up going to Puma first. And he let my coach bring Havit for,
and let me say
bringing
this,
me
man.
on board.
Let me say this,
Get me to
dog.
come on
Let me
board.
say this, bro. I think it's the stupidest shit that we're doing in the sneaker world. It's the stupidest shit. Like, Nike guys are too good to be affiliated with Adidas guys. Adidas guys feel like they can't talk to Nike. My G, if I'm cool with you,
I'm cool with you.
I don't care what brand you own. I'm not with this. Oh, I can't mess with him because he on Nike. Or I can't do business with him. He on Nike
Under Armour,
because he's a Adidas guy. He's an Under Armour guy, a Reebok guy. Bro, I don't care. I don't care. Adidas don't pay me enough to not have a friendship with somebody from another brand. I don't work like that. I don't operate like that. Like, what are we doing out here? I can't talk to you because you with Nike? Nah, come on, bro. If I'm solid with you, I'm solid with you. I don't care who you with. I don't care what brand you with. So if y'all playing that game, man, it's a silly-ass game y'all playing.
Shame on you. All right. That's a wrap. Go ahead. Tell the people how to find us.
Y'all know what to do. Subscribe on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. And please follow us on social at Vince and T Mac. And guess what? We actually want some of y'all. We gonna pick a fan. We want y'all interaction to come on here, right? And sit down and talk basketball with us. Some of your favorite questions, some of your favorite moments. We're gonna pick one of y'all to come sit right here.
So we're gonna debate with them?
Huh?
We're gonna debate with them?
Yeah.
We're gonna break it down for them?
We're gonna break it down for them. We want them to come on.
Well, all right.
Right? We're a family. Come join the family show. This is cousins. We family. Y'all part of the family. So why wouldn't we have you sit on this couch? Come join us. Join.
Cousins, we out.